My friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you some honest astrology about this full moon we're having in Aquarius on July 29th at 10:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me show you the chart. We'll get right into it. We have the sun over here at 6 degrees of Leo, conjunct Jupiter. The sun is home in Leo. Jupiter is our planet of expansion. Across the way, we have the moon, which is our emotions, represented ruled by Cancer, emotions, home, and that is conjunct Pluto, our planet of transformation. So our sun, home here in Leo. This is playfulness. This is energy. This is the light of the sun. This is it. This Jupiter's saying more. All right. We want more, more, more. More of what? We want more of you to be the amazing human being you are. All right. This is a complex. I'm gonna come back here for a second. This is a bit of a complex full moon, friends, because this is requiring us to change aspects about our mind, our mentality, and our emotions. The emotions that we're tying to our minds that shape and structure and how we perceive reality to be. Now, if we have a filter in front of our eyeball, right between my eyeballs and our brains, if there's a filter that it changes our perception. If we think something is scary, if something is fun, right? A roller coaster could be really scary to somebody. For somebody else, it's very fun. Somebody else could be nervous. Somebody else is going to run to the front of the line. Going hunting could be like really exciting for somebody. Very like absolutely not on somebody else's end. Our own observations of reality aren't always the truth. And that's so important during this full moon here because we're about to hit eclipse season as well. This is not an eclipse, but we're getting there. And as the moon is over the next couple of days, the moon is going to be passing over Pluto. So it's like we're getting this a bit of preemptive energy before this full moon hits. So when the full moon hits, it's like the full illumination and to be able to see the things in my life that I am aligned emotionally with. How my mind is aligned with my emotions. If I think, oh, I'm right, like I'm a tall, thin man, I'm like 6'4", I'm a tall, thin man, I don't look like a short, stocky, I'm not like a big bodybuilder guy. And if I were to think that the reason that I can't, find an appropriate mate is because I'm too long, you see what I'm saying? So we have these self-images, these mental things, these filters that we put in front of life. All right, and those are being challenged big time. So let's come back to the chart here for a second. One of the aspects is you're not always right. You're not always right. Allow yourself to be wrong. I love to be wrong because I learned something new. That's such a great philosophy, I think, to go into this full moon with is to be playful, to go dancing, to drink in this life. Like you do not know when your last breath is going to be. So you might as well enjoy it. You don't know, you might be really nervous. Let's say you might be really nervous to compliment someone or tell someone you appreciate them or love them or care about them or something like that. Maybe that's outside of your comfort zone. This full moon here's your comfort zone. Everything that's magical happens outside of your comfort zone. That's why Jupiter is here saying expand and do more, be more excited about life, drink in more of this life, shine brighter, take up space, take up volume. We are so concerned about society and our emotion society. I don't want to take up space. I'm going to duck I'm going to do this as I shake your hand. Oh, hi, little nervous things and shrug my shoulders. It's like this Leo energy is confident. It's excited. It's allowed to take up space. We want to see the sun rise every morning, right? We're not like, unless you're drunk and hungover or sick or something, then it's just like, oh, sun, I don't want to see you. And there you have the emotion aspects, right? People are in different spaces of their lives. And just because someone's drunk and hungover and wants to shout out the sun, doesn't mean the farmer wants to shut out the sun too. The farmer wants to be up and happy and get whatever, drink as much out of the day as possible. So one of the aspects is we're not always right. The things that we think in our mind is not always correct. And this is an air sign energy that we're going to talk about right now, which is Plato's allegory of the cave. It's the idea that whatever creeps up in my head here, the images that I see projected on the wall. If you don't know the story, it's there's people that live in this cave, and there's a fire that they have, and they see, excuse me, the sunlight from the outside projects shadows inside of this cave. So then these individuals on the inside of the cave are assuming, they're guessing on what's happening on the outside of the cave based on the shadows that they see. All right. This is a prime example of this full moon. Not everything that you think and feel that happens in your mind is real. Aquarians, Geminis, Libras, you are the air energy right now, and you're like air stuff. This is something that's very pertaining to air energy. What you think isn't always right. And how you think about something creates an emotional stimulation. So Pluto is up here challenging this little moon. Pluto is the bigger force, the bigger energy, heavier hitter, if you will. It says transformation. This is the phoenix rising from the ashes. So where we think we were right in something, we don't know unless we communicate with the outside world. We have to be able to communicate. We have to stick our heads outside of the cave to figure out what those shadows are. So that means we have to be fearless. This is where the sun and Jupiter teaming up together, saying, be fearless. Communicate. Say the thing that you want to say, even if it's like you're uncertain or insecure about it. It might make somebody's day. It might make them the happiest in the world. I just had a conversation recently. And this is interesting stuff. It's like, where do we give up on people? Where do we continue to shine light? The sun doesn't dim its light for us no matter what. This Leo, this energy of the sun, it doesn't say, humanity, what are you doing? I'm going to shine a little bit less bright today because I'm so disappointed in you. The sun doesn't do that. Nature doesn't do that. We humans do that. And we're being challenged right now to not do that, but to continuously show up and shine bright. And even in those areas of that, again, that insecurity, that might absolutely change and make someone's day by opening our mouths and giving a compliment or sharing something. And the same goes with the opposite way. So the story is, there's an individual that went out of their way to plant a seed in another person's mind that says, I'm not going to do this thing, so please be aware, I'm not going to do this thing. And they turn around and do the thing anyway. Okay, this is just simple manipulation. Just simple manipulation. I'm not going to do this thing, so put your mind at ease. Meanwhile, I'm Wile E. Coyote over here, and I'm painting a tunnel on these rocks that says this is safe passage. The reason I'm bringing this up is, when you have a friend, a person in your life that does this, and you see it, you see it, when you realize and recognize the energy of this individual is being manipulated, they're manipulating me, they're manipulating the scenario, they're manipulating that friend over there that I'm friends with, that we're all friends with. Do you cut them out? Do you say that person is doing some stupid stuff? Or do you have the courage and communicate with them? Do you call them out and say, hey, I want to deepen our relationship and I want to have a good friendship with you, but I'm noticing you literally just went out of your way to say, I'm not going to do this thing, and then the next day did the exact same thing. So all you've done is plant a seed in my mind to put me at ease, or to put that person at ease, manipulate and lie. Okay, so this is a very powerful aspect of this full moon, because that happens all the time. Why? Because humans are selfish. Humans have their own needs, wants, and desires. And a lot there, Rob Greene, a philosopher guy, a psychologist guy, says there's two people in the world. There's two people. There's people that see you on your path and that are on a similar path, and they want to walk with you on your path until those paths don't align anymore. Then there's other people that see you, see what you're doing, and say, I want what that person has, and I'm going to align with them on their path until I get those things that that person has, and then they're not worth anything to me anymore. They're not right. There's a difference here. Somebody just wants something from you. Now, society, which is Aquarius across the way, Leo is going to be self. Society across the way doesn't want to feel alone. It's extremely uncomfortable to be alone in your convictions, alone in your beliefs, and many other people want to hammer and nail and try to mold other people so that they're conforming to their ideas, conforming to their beliefs, conforming to their ideas of society and what you as a person should be. This again is prime energy of this full moon, with Jupiter in Leo saying you need to be more you, less like society. And if there is an emotional connection to only in society, if I do these things to my community and with others, then I'm accepted, and I'm accepted over here, and this makes me feel positive and popular and all these things, which Leo energy loves popularity. So there's an interesting disconnect happening to where it's like we shouldn't have to care about how popular we are. We should care about whether or not we're doing the right thing, or whether we're not aligned in that of which we do love, want, and desire. Another aspect about Leo Aquarius, playful. This is not Virgo energy, where Venus is right now, and the South Node is letting go of this idea that everything has to be perfect, letting go that everything has to be this certain way. Now, I've never found a straight tree in life. Now, Virgo loves straight, straight cut wood, pieces of wood or design, or, buildings or something like that. That's not nature, though. Leo's a little bit more in nature and the unpredictability of nature. And over here, this is not about this is calculated mechanics. Okay, when we look at Leo or Aquarian energy, think about this. When we think about Aquarian energy, we talk about three things primarily. We say technology, society or humanity, and information, knowledge. Okay, so where we're coming from, this place of belief and knowledge, they don't exist. You either know something or you believe something. Once something is known, it's no longer a belief, it becomes a fact. Okay. So Leo Cancer is playful, it's heart, it's compassion, it's the moon, it's the sun. Across the way in Capricorn and Aquarius, we have these concepts of Capricorn and Aquarius being brash, cold. They're not, but they're more calculated. Now, when we talked a month ago about this full moon in full moon in Cancer, right? The sun is in Cancer, full moon in Capricorn. Across the way, I reference this often as like home mom and pop shop, and across the way is Wall Street. And what slides in home mom and pop shop will not slide in Wall Street, and you're simply fired. It's not because they don't care; it's because they care so much. They're so passionate about their job and their career, and public image, we'll say as well, Capricorn energy, that if you're going to compromise it, they can't risk having somebody else compromise their career, their social status, their, what they're working for. Now, across the way from Leo, well, Leo is the heart and the fun and nature and the sun and us being the unique individuals that we are, our own personalities, our own unique egos, the way that we perceive this world. God is in each and every one of us, is this cosmic collaboration that's choosing to see the world through your eyes and speak through your mouth and hear music through your ears and dance the way you dance. You get it. So across the way is mechanical, calculated technology. And when we think of technology and calculations and mechanics, now here's me. Let's say I'm a mechanic, and I'm working on this machine, and I get my sleeve caught in the machine. We know where this is going. This machine has no feelings. It has no heart. It has no consciousness. It has no soul. It has no ability to feel. It's simply a machine. And the machine is going to do what the machine does. The technology, the machine, Aquarius energy, is going to do what the machine does. It's going to keep the gears going no matter what happens. That means my arm's going in there and my hand might not come back out. Now, I'll lose that hand because it's mechanical. the machine is mechanical. Why I'm saying this is because when we put our mindset and our emotions in mechanics, we leave no leeway for the possibilities of uncertainty. When we are only keeping our minds and our hearts at this equals this equals this, like each thing is a mathematical equation, and you did this, which means this, which means this. This is Plato's allegory of the cave. Do you see the full circle we're coming here now? This is where we get caught and we get stuck in our own minds, that our emotions and our thoughts that we're perceiving are the facts. And unless we communicate from the heart, from a place of emotion, Mercury is out of retrograde. Mercury is out of retrograde, saying communicate from this base of home and family and heart. And even if it is, hey, Kevin, Jane, Mary, Steve, look, I really like you, but you were late, this happened, and I have to fire you. And I think you're going to do a really great job in the future once you get this stuff right. Or you see what I'm saying? It's like you can have that hard conversation, but keep it emotional, keep it family, keep it honest. Mars is in Gemini. Okay, there's a lot of things to look at in love and life. There's a lot of things, right? Mars is how we get that of which we love, want, and desire. And Venus in Virgo right now is saying be very specific about what you love, want, and desire, because it wants to manifest itself. And the more that you know what you want and desire and are not, right, you see this quincunx right there, the sesqui square. Society will tell you what to be. Society will tell you how to act. Society will tell you what to wear. Society will tell you, and that's mostly based on branding and marketing and whose wallet is that going to, benefit more from. And it's like to be an individual and to think for yourself and to have discernment and to care. And like sometimes online we see it's like, the replies of sarcasm are so loud and they're so like if somebody has a disagreement or doesn't necessarily see eye to eye on somebody's point of view, instead of just being able to say it from like a heart-centered place or communicate with love or compassion, it's like they want to make fun of somebody else or poke fun or put lower, beneath them. So it's like this is an opportunity to, one, we're all students of the world. We'll all have an opportunity to learn, and we want to learn, and we can all be wrong, and it's good to be wrong because we get to learn and we get to grow, and then we get to share on what we're wrong about, so that belief becomes knowing and we learn. And if we are stuck in a place where we don't value our own identity enough, where we don't value our own thoughts, where we're reaching out too much, like, is this shirt okay? I've been stuck. I'm going to tell you a personal thing with myself. I've been making some music. I'm really excited to share it with you. It'll come out hopefully like in the next week. I'll share this with you. And I've been in myself here in my studio. I've been recording this song since last April and tweaking and little tweaks. And every now and then I'll ask my other audio engineer friends, what do you think? At the end of the day, right, they have opinions and they have all these things, but at the end of the day, it's my track that I have to be the one that's happy with it. I have to be the one that says, yes, I'm done. There's no more adding more shakers or more this or that. I have to be happy with it complete. And I don't always have to outsource my validation. Okay, that's another huge aspect with this full moon, because when Jupiter is conjunct the sun, how it is in Leo, it's like saying, being so in love with the thing that you're creating that if somebody else's influence or somebody else's outside perspective, it doesn't matter, right? It's the art critic. The art critic walks up to the artist and says, do you want to know my opinion? And the artist says, sure. And the art critic says, it's worthless. And the artist says, I know, but I'll still hear your opinion. Because the opinion is just as worthless as what the art critic thinks of the art itself, right? So everyone's right, everyone's wrong. So discernment in how much we care about other people's point of views. Now, that came out immediately wrong. That came out immediately wrong. How much do we want to take it in? Like, here's your perspective. Like, to I'm an astrologer. I follow astrotheology. I don't believe in any of the world religions. So if someone's a Christian, they're gonna tell me to believe in Jesus and God. Otherwise, I'm gonna live a terrible life. If they're Islamic, they're gonna tell me I should convert into Islamic law. Otherwise, I'm gonna live a terrible life. I don't care. I just don't care, right? Not at all. Not even the least bit. Like, their words are not going to penetrate me at all. And that's okay. And I can still wish them the best and have a great day. Now, if somebody else says, Aaron, that thing that you just said 5 minutes ago when we were having this came out kind of like brash and rude. I have the ability to discern and take that in and say, okay, my friend, this is a conversation or something that we care about or whatever. And maybe I'm in my Capricorn nature, say something more direct that comes off less emotional or less mentally and emotionally thought. So then it's like, now these are the opportunities to say yes and observe and learn. We're always a mirror for each other, right? So when I'm saying, like, don't take in society's views, like, it's not necessarily what I mean. It's using our own discernment. Pluto is a direct trine 4 degrees to Uranus here, and we're going to be feeling this the next couple of days leading up to this, and really when the moon conjuncts here, this is a couple hours prior. It's like 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, wherever you're at in that time. This is a huge amount of change, and it's information. It's knowledge and information. And the great thing is right now the universe is saying, like, you have the ability to seek this out. You are the one behind. You're the one behind in the driver's seat. You can seek this out. If one person's saying the earth is round and another person's saying the earth is flat, which unfortunately this is odd, and I see this all the time, and it's like, well, you have the ability to look up the information. And you might think one way and somebody else says something the other way, and you seek out this information. I mean, I've literally had conversations with flat earthers this morning. It's just like, my God, the conversation's pretty wild. I am not a flat earther, by the way. I believe the earth is round, or to the most part a globe, and there's a lot of evidence, including eclipses, that prove that. Anyway, I don't want to get into all that, but either way, what I'm saying is, like, again, society would be like, oh God, Aaron, you're so stupid because you think, what do I do here? Here we go. No, you're dumb because you think the earth is round. And then somebody else, like, you're dumb because you think the earth is flat. It's like, we don't have to be so judgmental. This is part of the aspect. One, Venus and Virgo have discernment, love and desire what you want and what you love and desire. Bees are not trying to convince flies that honey is better than shit, but right, we get it. So we don't always have to try to convince other people. We don't always have to, like, a fly's not going to be like, oh, you're right, Mr. Bee, let me go start pollinating. No, the fly is doing exactly what the fly needs to do. So this person over there is doing exactly what they need to do. And if they're full of their life and love and all of this stuff, and they're appreciating, grateful, an attitude of gratitude right now for being yourself. And if there's, let me share this. Whatever, an attitude of gratitude is one of the most powerful things you can have right now to fan your own sails, to juice yourself up, to be your supporter in your corner. An attitude of gratitude. And even if your body's in pain right now, even if you're hurting somewhere, you have an injury going on, okay, you're alive, you're feeling, you're breathing, you're seeing, you're hearing. You somehow manage to use your digits and get somewhere and find this on your journey while we're traveling through space. I mean, how crazy is all of this stuff? So it's, even if you're in pain right now, to be grateful for experiencing. And the body keeps the score, and the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So if there is pain someplace, then this Mars in Gemini is saying there's an opportunity to learn and how we can heal this or whatever is going on. But that pain sometimes makes us feel that we're alive. So there's this beautiful, playful energy here in this Leo energy that we have that's getting us back excited about life, to get us excited about who we are, to be less focused in a very mature, respectful, and responsible way, to be less focused on what's happening outside in society, but putting the horse blinders on for a moment and saying, what is this vessel doing here on this planet? What do I need to be doing on this planet? What is my mission? Like the sun, that's the sun's job. The sun's not water. So if water is over here saying like, hey, you need to be more like me, you need to care about people's quenching thirst, and that's what people do. People are such dicks. I'm sorry, but they are. They're like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, you're not doing enough. You need to be doing what I'm doing over here. And if you're not doing the thing that I'm doing over here, you're just not. You're a terrible person. It's like society, we're so wild right now. We're so wild right now. So this is disconnecting from some of that. You know, it's just like allowing the sun to be the sun, allowing the water to be the water, allowing air to be the air, and the earth to be the earth, and the mountains to be the mountains, and flowers to be the flowers, and you to be you, and them to be them. And for them not to influence you in a negative way, but in a positive way that wants you to be a brighter, shining star and a bigger energy in your life. There's a lot of this, like, get up and get excited. So whatever wall is happening mentally, emotionally, of this allegory of the cave, that we think we're right, that we think this is how the world is, that we think that we're stuck in this spot, huge breakthrough energy right now, and huge opportunity to respectfully be wrong, and to learn something new, and to open our hearts, and to grow, and to be so focused on that of what we love, want, and desire, and in our path, that it doesn't matter if this is telling me to be more like that, or this is telling me to be more like them, but to truly be self and to shine self. And then just the same is, we're going to be adding to the people that really need us for what we do, right? You know, this for the people that need the sun, the farmers in the sun in the early morning, not the person that's hungover and drunk that doesn't want the sun. I think you get what I'm saying there. So this is really exciting energy, my friends. I love you. I wish you enough. And I hope you have a beautiful full mooning.